Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Gopal ki jai, Shri Shri Bhagavan ki jai. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadaki Swamdaritam Padeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sadhudata Sadhana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pradhan Sadhana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutyedevi Pranamahami Haripriye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindudevacha Padhitanamyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we will read from the Bhagavad Gita. So we will read from Chapter 9, text number 10. If you are following, as you saw, if you go there. Chapter 9, text 10. You go. Okay. So the chapter is called The Most Confidential Knowledge. You see these envelopes, those little like round envelopes. It's written confidential. You saw that. What does that mean? Something very important. Documents. Very important documents. So this is a 9th chapter. It's in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. It's very important. Okay? So like this, it's called the most confidential knowledge. Prabhupada explained that in one lecture. That's how I learned that point. I was wondering, why is this, why confidential thing? Not everyone will know about it, but Prabhupada is telling everyone. But confidential in the sense that it is the most important. So everyone should know about it, like that. So Prabhupada explained that, and that's how I got that point about the envelope. Prabhupada explains so many things. There's no limit to what, and it's just going on and on. There's just no limit to the amount of knowledge that Prabhupada is distributing all over. So here Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. So the text number 10, Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharachara Hetuna Neo Puntaya Jagat Vipari Vartate. Okay, so that's the verse. So we'll do the word for word after me. Maya. By me. Adakshena. By superintendence. Prakriti. Material nature. Shuriyate. Manifest. Sa. Both. Chataram. The moving and the non-moving. Etuna. For the reason. Anena. Thus. Kontaya. O son of Kunti, Jagat, the cosmic manifestation, Hiparivartate, is working. Okay, so few words at a time after me. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings under its rule. This manifestation is created and highlighted again and again. Okay, so we'll read the purport. Okay, Srila Prabhupada's purport. It is clearly stated herein that the Supreme Lord, although aloof from all the activities of the material world, remains the Supreme Director. Okay? The Supreme Lord is the supreme will and the background of this material manifestation. But the management is being conducted by material nature. Okay? So you know material nature? Mother Nature. You say this, Mother Nature. Who's that? Mother Nature. Who's that? Can't be nobody. Who's your mother? Nobody. Who's your father? Nobody. Who you are? I don't know. Therefore, we have to send you to the asylum. Prabhupada says in a lunatic asylum, people need treatment. He said, I started giving the treatment. 26 2nd Avenue I opened, New York. He explained that in one conversation to one psychiatrist. Prabhupada was explaining, so psychiatric doctor, oh, you're treating people? I do psychiatric treatment. What do you do? No, I started this treatment, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, because they have a problem with the mind. The psychiatrist is dealing with your emotions, your mind. Prabhupada said, yeah, this is a psychiatric movement I started. Everyone doesn't know what's going on. Okay? So I've asked questions now. So who's the Mother Nature? You know. You're sitting on a lion with all the weapons. You know? You know. Yeah, Tukadevi. You'll find it, Brahma Samhita like that. So if she is the Mother Nature, who's the father? We don't hear about Father Nature. Everything is Mother Nature. Who's Father Nature? Mother Nature? You know, it will be obvious. If she's mother, who's Shiva? Like that. But ultimately, of course, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, of course you know about Shiva. Shivaratri was a few weeks ago, Rama is coming up. So, this material nature is working like a shadow. Shadow cannot move independent of the original object, right? Can you imagine if you're walking and your shadow starts doing its own thing? Shadow is dependent. It's not independent. Like that. I say this one video. You know, the child was walking and then the child saw a shadow and started screaming. You may have seen this video online. Who's this? That's your own shadow. Okay. So, it's explained in the Brahma Samhita. Yeah. Durga Devi. Yeah. She operates the material energy, Mother Nature. You'll find this 3 verses in the Brahma Samhita. The first one will come up is by explaining Lord Ganesha. Then the next verse I was looking at the sequence. Durga Devi. The next verse is describing Lord Shiva. Okay? Like that. Okay. So, the supreme will and the background of this material, but the management is being conducted by material nature. Krishna also states in the Bhagavad Gita that all the living entities in different forms and species, that I am the father of all the species of life. Okay? So, if we have this human form, your father will have a form of a lion. What do you think? Or an elephant. Someone says, my father is elephant, lion, bird, eagle, all species of life. So father, original Krishna to have a form like that. Like that. Sarva yoni sukuntiya murtiya sambhavantiya tasam brahmatmaha yoni aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving father. All the species of life. That's explained. The father gives the seed to the womb of the mother for the child. Okay? And similarly, the Supreme Lord, by his mere glance, injects the living entities into the womb of the material nature. You'll find in the Brahma Samhita, it's explained. Lord Shiva is actually the glance of the Lord. It's the glance of Mahavishnu. It's the glance of Mahavishnu. That's how all the living entities are transferred into the yoni. You saw Shiva Lingam. One part is the bottom. There's the yoni and the lingam. The bottom is a round part, you saw. The womb. And the lingam. It's the glance. He's injecting all the living entities by his glance, Mahavishnu. All the living entities who are on a stage in Vaikuntha with Krishna. So they're transferred on the other side. It's like all the people who don't want to follow the law, they are transferred to where's Vrindavan Chanakana? He knows. They have to transfer them on the other side. They have another set of activities and they carry on. So Durga Devi, she's the superintendent of the living entities. And the Lord, by his glance, he glances, and the glance is actually a person, and it's Lord Shiva. Still people fight. Lord Shiva is supreme. Why are you saying Krishna? Why are you saying Krishna? They don't know who's he. Vishnu. Yeah, you're right. We agree with you. Let's give you the details. Okay. So, injects all the living entities into the womb of material nature. That's what you see, the Shiva Lingam. Okay. That is the prototype, a reproductive act. That is the prototype. That's what you look at. We're looking at Shiva Lingam. Okay. So, goes on. And Prabhupada says here, they come out in their different forms and species according to their last desires and activities. There's an example given that scorpion is born out of rice. Don't stop eating rice. The scorpions, Prabhupada explains, they lay their eggs in the rice. So they say like that scorpions is born, not that the scorpion is born out of rice. Or there's the other one, there's nipples on the, Prabhupada says, on the neck of a goat. Those nipples don't give milk. Like that. Okay? So like this. So they come out into the different forms and species according to their last desires and activities. And they continue, just like today you may have a desire. You can't do it today. So what you do? You go and sleep. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, what do you do? So from the previous day, you continue with your desire the next day. Right? So from your previous life, which is bringing it down, even 2 hours or minutes from previous lives too. So you just continue. Okay? What I was meant to do, then according to that. All these living entities, although born under the glance of the Supreme Lord, take their different bodies according to the past deeds and desires. So the Lord is not directly attached to the material creation. Okay? By his glance he does everything. He doesn't touch the material energy directly. Okay? He simply glances over the material nature. Material nature is activated and everything is created immediately. Okay? By his glance. He doesn't have to go to a hardware shop and look for things to start building this material creation. Everything's done. It doesn't work like that. Because if we think about building something or creating something, we have to phone a plan drawer, I'm going to build a house, and no. It's done. It doesn't work like that. Therefore, people have a difficulty understanding things. Prabhupada explains what is absolute, and we are in the relative creation, relative world. Everything is related to one another. Okay? Like that. In the absolute world, it's different. Okay? We, at the moment, we're stuck. Everything has to work in accordance of our conditioning, how we understand things. If it don't make sense to us, then no. By his glance, he created everything. Does it make sense to you? Whose glance he creates something? Unless somebody gives you a term that you don't like, don't give me that dirty look. Because by glancing, energy passes through. And it has an effect. I told this. So one day I was doing the ML Sutta, that university program. So Brad Swami and I went, and there was some other devotee came there. So anyway, we finished the program and we were leaving. So there was one devotee, there was one plate prasad, right? So he was walking. Now we got to come out of the lecture theatre and walk through the campus. There's so many people all over now. So Maharaj, he was in front, I was walking behind him. So he came at the door, he opened and he turned. He looked, he said, tell that fella, now the devotee fella, he said, tell him to cover the plate. Cover the plate. So I knew what he's getting at, right? He said, this guy is going to walk on the campus with a plate. The people will put eyes. And the stomach will pain. Right? So by glance, there's energy. We are small parts and parcels of the Lord. So our glance is not like the Lord creating unlimited universes. So he's telling me, he's telling me that he was a white body devotee. He's telling me that fellow is a white body. He doesn't know all these things. Go explain to you. Right? We may have grown up. Your parents would have told you like that. So I had to go and tell him, cover, Prabhu, don't walk on the campus with plate open like this. Okay? So, yeah. Because he glances over the material nature, there is undoubtedly activity on the part of the Supreme Lord. But he has nothing to do with the manifestation of the material world directly. Okay? Just like with a remote, you change your channels. Directly, those days you have to wake up, go over the TV, press the button, and change the channel. Now, even the gate when you come, right? You come by the gate, that glance, that infrared remote, it carries the activation potency to open the Centurion D5 gate will open. So in the same way, the Lord's glance, it activates the material nature. That's how this creation takes place. Otherwise, I'm looking again at the ocean. The other day I was thinking, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, of bodies of water, I am the ocean. Who makes so much water there? And it's salty, Prabhupada was saying. That water is salty because it's preserved. There's no salt in the water, what will happen? Mosquitoes will come. Can you imagine? How much mosquitoes would have came from there? Your mosquito net and all that thing we plug in the wall. What's that doom gadget you buy now and you plug that in the wall? So the water is kept like that. That's why the ocean is salty. You know the story why the ocean is salty? You don't know. When you're small, they should tell us. One man sank the ship with a salt machine. You remember the story? When we were small, they told us that story. Okay? So, because he glances, there is undoubtedly activity, but he has nothing to do with the manifestation of the material world directly. This example is given in the Smriti. Yeah. Shruti and Smriti in the Vedas. Smriti, Shruti. Shruti means to hear. Smriti means to chant or remember. Shruti, Smriti, hearing and chanting. What you hear, you remember and you chant. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. That's how it is. Prabhupada gives a very nice example. When there is a fragrant flower before someone, the fragrance is touched by the how you smell, with your eyes or your ears. How you smell, with your eyes or your ears. Seeing is believing, but how will you smell? With your nose, by the smelling power of the person. Yet the smelling and the flower are detached from one another. There is a similar connection between the material world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, he has nothing to do with the material world, but he creates by his glance and ordains. In summary, material nature, without the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cannot do nothing. Yet the Supreme Personality is detached from all material activities. Okay? That's very nice, Prabhupada explained that. Very interesting. So I was just thinking how this verse, Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Sachirachara Hetunana Yokonteya Jagat Vipari Vartate is the verse. So, Durga Devi, she runs everything. She's got her a lion, or sometimes you see on the tiger too, like that. It's explained in the Brahma Samhita. It shows a heroic power. Yeah. But when she's sitting with Lord Shiva, she's Parvati. She's Parvati, like that. So when she runs the universe, she's Durga Devi. Durga. The word used in that connection is called citadel. You know what is citadel? Vrindavan knows what citadel is. Prison. Yeah, the prison house of material existence. Prabhupada would say everyone is conditioned by birth, death, disease, old age, adhyatmic, adibhotic, adidevic. Misery is caused by other living entities. Misery is caused by one's own mind and body. Other living entities, the mosquitoes, the other living entities. Right? Walking the road, the dog will chase you. Somebody coming to attack you. Other living entities. One's own body, mind. I got so many things on my mind. I got so much worry. I got so much problems. I got this, the material body. Prabhupada described it as a temple of disease. Can't get away, get old. You become, at a certain point you cannot work. Then there's Adidev miseries, but that disease, old age, that's 4 and 3. Adidev, 7 miseries there. Adideva, too hot, 36, 38, 40. Too cold, freezing. Tsunami, wind, hail, flood. There's no limit. Cars are being blown, houses, tops are flying. Everything's going on like that. So, this material nature is citadel. It is prison. Durga Devi, she's in charge. She's running by the will of Govinda. She runs everything. Sristi Siddhi Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Eka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichana Rupam Apiyasya Cheta Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Right? So, under the will of Govinda, everything is working and she runs. So, you know Ramayana? I know everybody knows Ramayana. It's nice. Ramayana is very proper. It's full of pleasure. Ramayana, it is so sweet. Like that. So, you know, this last time where Ravan wants to capture Sita. So he comes in the forest. If you want to catch fish or you want to capture, you've got to use a method, right? So, one of the methods in the human society to influence people, if you want to cheat, I would say, or mislead people. It's like if you want to catch fish, you have to use a good bait. Otherwise the fish don't like the bait, the fish will go away. Right? You got to use the best bait. So Ravan was thinking, what's the best bait to attract Sita? Take sannyas. Right? Because if the sannyasi comes, you know, so much respect, so he has to work it out. He's Ravana, one who makes other people cry. That's the meaning of his name. Right? So he comes, you know the pastime. Lakshman put the Agni Astra ring around her. Right? Firefox, you know that thing you get to protect your computer from virus. What is called? Firefox, isn't it? Firefox. Yeah, Firefox. He put round fire around Sita to protect her. Right? See, they're using it now to put it in the computer as well. Right? So, right? But Rama and Lakshmana has to be distracted. So, they have to create there has to be some distraction. Ravana is to take some sannyas, dress on in the garb, walk in the forest. He's so renounced, he's so detached. Meanwhile, he owns the golden city, Lanka, Suvarna. He got the gold stashed. And he's walking like a renunciate, putting on the show, Har Har Mahadev, walking around begging, Bhiksha Dehi Mataji. Some sadhu comes, we must give something, like that. At the same time, he went to Maricha, the magician. Magicians, they do so many fancy type of tricks and stuff like that. So one time, Prabhupada in Bombay saw the magician, the devotees, they brought the magician to meet Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was talking to the magician, and he told Prabhupada, you put this coin in your hand, right? You put the coin in the hand, and close your hand and open your hand. The money is gone. Prabhupada said, money is gone. The money is gone. But the money is going from everyone's hand. Can you make the money to come? Can't make the money to come. Prabhupada said. So, then he was doing some other funny things. And Prabhupada asked him, can you stop this birth, death, disease and old age? So, the magician was seized up. What's that famous magician? He made the plane disappear. David Copperfield. I heard one time a family member, he got stuck in a lift. He couldn't come out of the lift. He was doing he made the Boeing disappear and all that stuff, but he got stuck in a lift. You have to phone the lift. What's the technician to come and open the lift to take him out? Can you do this magic? And there was one person, he was telling Prabhupada, he met this magician, and this magician, just by waving his hand, he produced the apple. Fascinating. Prabhupada said, well, I left, I came to India for practically nothing. I got so many temples. And in each temple, there may be so many apples. All over the world, he made one apple. You fascinated? You fascinated one apple. And then he was saying, like one magician, he could do some magic and he produced gold. Can he produce as much as a gold mine? Or someone was producing light. Can they produce like the sunlight? Prabhupada says these are all glowworms. We call them glowworms. In the night you get glowworm. What's the use of a glowworm when it's dark? You can't see, then you use your phone. So Marich. So Ravan had to create a situation. He went to Marich, selling to Marich. I tell my friend this, your phone sometime. He got a deal, business, this, that. I told him, your mother taught you Ramayana. Don't get carried away. There's no such thing as a golden deer. If it's too good to be true, it ain't. Or if it walks like a duck, it must be a duck. Judge Judy will tell you that. Right? So, Marichi has to become a golden deer. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ramadi Murti Shu Kalani Amena Tistan, Nana Avatara Karod Bhuvaneshu Tintu, Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Puruma Pumanyo, Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Right? So, Krishna has all these features of himself. Ram, Nishinga, Varaha, Vamana. These are not separate like you and I are individual persons. These are features of the same personality of Godhead. And We just read that he is Aham Bija Pradapita. He's the seed-giving father of all species of life. He creates everything by his glance. Ravan wants to create something else. A golden deer. So, Sita will look at the golden deer, you know this pastime, and she wants the golden deer, create the distraction. So, Marichi is refusing to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. No. You know why? He knows. Dasarata Nandana is not ordinary. He's not. So the Lord's pastime is like this Nara Leela. He performs human-like pastime. People say, oh, the way he's crying for his wife, like ordinary for his fellows. A girlfriend so no, it's Nara Leela. It's human-like pastimes. It's not like that. So Ravan has to convince Marichi. He said, Marichi is saying no. I won't do it. You don't know who the Prince of Ayodhya is. You're knocking at the wrong door of the tree, whatever they say like that. Marichi says, you kill me. I'll die. Ravan says, I'll kill you if you don't do. If you don't do. Like that. So, Marichi said, I'll do it. Better than killed by a materialist. Better die by the... Everyone wants to go back to God. Wants to remember. Yam yam vapi swaram bhavan tijat anta kalevaram cham cham eva iti kuntiya sadatad bhava bhavitaha. Sadatad bhava bhavitaha. Krishna tells Arjuna, whatever one thinks of or whatever one's conscious, the bhav, the saturation of our consciousness will give us our next set of activities and work like that. Okay? So, better Ram shoot me, I'll remember Ram. What benefit I'll get to you shooting me? What benefit? What benefit? Like that. So, Marichi chose that he'll turn into the golden deer. But there ain't no such thing as a golden deer. And then you know the whole pastime. Right? Like that. What happens? Right? Lakshman gives her all that. Ravan comes and he convinces Sita to cross over the Agniastra. Okay? Of course, he can't touch Sita because Sita is the Ladini Shakti. She's Ladini Shakti, nobody can touch her. So the form that he touches is Maya Sita. You see, if you try and cheat the Lord, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, amongst the gamblings, I am the cheat. You want to gamble and speculate and play around? You're only going to put yourself in a situation that will go against your self-interest. Right? Ravana, for stealing the Maya illusory form of the Lord, he lost everything. Top of that, his whole family, everybody, just for capturing the illusory form of the Lord. Of Sita, okay, like that. So we are thinking like this, somehow or the other, the materialistic person, how I can, maneuver things around. You can't maneuver anything around. It's like Hiranyakashipu. How many tricks he tried? I won't die like this, I'll make like that, I take this policy out, I take that life cover out, I take this cover out. Nothing. Nothing work. One cover over the other, they got all this type of covers that you have, your medical aid, you must cover this and that. You have to cover everything, but you can cover yourself very easy. Prabhupada gave us the supreme cover, the shelter. We need shelter. Cover means shelter. Ashraya and Ashritaha. The supreme ashraya, or the supreme shelter, Prabhupada explains in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, then asritaha, that which is sheltered, protected, like that. That's the cover. Everyone's looking for good cover, to buy some good cover. This is the best cover. It's free. It's free. Chant Hare Krishna. Prabhupada came to give you that. Nobody else. I mean, everybody's big companies got their brokers going and selling their products. Right? Krishna sends Srila Prabhupada. Like that. You'll sing just now. Sri Guru Charana Padma. Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Like that. So, he's come to give you the cover. Like that. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. From him ecstatic prema, by him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Yeah. So like that, he fills your heart. He gives you divigyan ride proposito. He gives you the transcendental knowledge. You'll see in Bhagavad Gita 434, Prabhupada is the only place in the Bhagavad Gita he speaks about initiate. People speak about what is the initiating. Initiation means receiving the transcendental knowledge. Like that. To awaken the sleeping, living entity. Okay? So, after Sita is kidnapped, Ram Lakshman comes back, and Sita is not there. You come home, you open the door, and your wife is not there. You left in the morning, she was there. What happened now? You start crying, you start lamenting. Where is she? Phone her cousin, check the phone. Where she went to Woolworths, never come back here. Something must be happened. All these things are going on. Right? Trying to find her. Phone Vrindavan Chandra. Sita is not there. Where is Sita? The Lord, He is crying. The people say, look at this fella. Ordinary fella they worship like that. Doing festival and all. Around Numi, chanting. So, while this is going on, what's happening? Durga, Parvati Devi, she's watching Lord Shiva. She told Lord Shiva, Rama, Rama, Rameti, you're chanting. See how he's crying. He's crying. Just look at his condition. And you are sitting and meditating on him. What's the use? Lord Shiva said, my dear Devi, you don't understand. You think the way we think. In our conditioned state, people ask questions. When people ask you questions, all your years of experience as a devotee, when you talk to people, you read, you hear from Prabhupada, then you'll understand when someone asks you a question. You'll kind of know where they're at, in understanding things, If you read Bhagavad Gita and keep reading and hearing from Prabhupada, you'll understand. Things become more clear, as we go along life and stuff like that. So, Lord Shiva is saying, no. She said, I'll prove it. What do you prove? I'll prove to you. He's crying. Sita, crying for one. Lady, fellow is rolling on the floor there and crying. Just look at him. I'll show you. So, she goes. She comes down. She goes to the Dandakaranya. She takes the form of Sita. And she comes. She walks. And she sees Ram's crying. And she's saying, what you crying for? I'm here. I'm here, Sita. And the farm looks and he says, my dear Durga Devi. That's when she realizes the statement of Lord Shiva. Why is chanting his name? Huh? Everyone is in Maya. That's why I read that text. Maya Dakshena, Prakriti, Suyate, Sacharacharam, Hetanani Akuntiya, Jagat Vipari, Vartate. The Lord runs the show. Although he may appear that, he's lamenting and he's crying. And that's when she realizes, no, my dear Durga, what are you doing here in this forest? Huh? And that's when she realizes, actually, this is the personality of God himself. Okay? So, there's another pastime, Lord Chaitanya. He traveled to south of India. He visited a Brahmin in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kurma Brahman. Huh? So he visits Kurma Brahman. And Kurma Brahman tells Lord Chaitanya that please come and take prasad. You're going on your travels. Huh? Please come home. So Lord Chaitanya has agreed. Yes, I will come. So Lord Chaitanya has gone and he's waiting for the prasad. Prasad not coming. Where's the Brahman? He went to prepare and get everything. The Brahmana has not arrived. And the Lord is waiting and waiting and waiting. So he goes and he sees that the Brahman, he's lamenting. He's lamenting. He's crying. He cannot function. What happened? Why? So the Lord asks, what happened? He says, the Ravana rascal, he captured Sita. How am I meant to function? When Jagat Mata, the mother of the universe, was attacked like that, how can I cook? How can I live? Something happens to your mother, what will happen to you? Day-to-day experience. We're just giving so many examples. You'll be so much lamenting, depression, so many things. Can't speak, can't sleep, can't stay awake, don't know what to do. So the Brahman was in a state, Kurma. So he said, no. Sita was not touched by Ravana. Actually, the Lord explained that the Maya Sita, listen, so many people will pick on Sita for that. But they don't understand. They have to understand, things in its proper. Very conveniently, they miss that part out and they try to pick on somebody. In ordinary dealings, that, she was captured by Ravan and stuff like that. But of course, that's Lord's pastime, that was a Maya Sita. So he explained to the Kurma Brahman. So later on in his travels, Lord Chaitanya met a group of devotees and they were discussing this pastime about Sita being touched like that. Just like, anyway, I'll get back to that point. So, Lord Chaitanya saw that they were reciting from the evidence. The evidence, we have to give evidence. The evidence is in the Kurma Purana as well, apart from Ramayana, that Sita is not touched by Ravana like that. Okay? So, he wrote that down. Lord Chaitanya wrote the evidence and he gave it to the Kurma Brahman. And he said, my dear Brahmana, it's here in the Vedas. Where the Vedas come from? What's the source? Like my cousin phoned me the other day. Anyway, his family, I don't know who they met and who came from which country, and they were talking about this and that. And my cousin said he's bogus. Who's this man you're going to? I'm going to phone Gopal and ask him. You know, then he was talking, I could hear a whole little gang in the background, arguments going on about, what to do, what not to do and stuff like that. So they asked me, but who wrote the Bhagavad Gita? People think like that, It's like, some man wrote it. So I said, but it wasn't written. It's not something like you're thinking someone wrote it down. It's a recording. If like I'm recording, just now I was recording everything, it's a recording of whatever. So it's a recording of the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. It's recorded like that. Of course people, if something is written by someone, they say, okay, no, they don't accept the authority. Except if you get the summons from the court, you can't say, well, it's written by man, I don't believe in it. Right? The logic doesn't apply then there's authority. You see, when something is written like that, we have Guru Parampara. It's authority. You open Bhagavad Gita, you see the Guru Parampara, how the knowledge is coming down. Right? So the Vedas are coming down like that. So the Kurma Brahman had to be convinced. He had to be convinced. And later on, of course, he cooked and the pastime goes on. The Lord took his son, the Lord showed him. There's the evidence. The Vedas are the evidence. The Vedas don't need anybody's votes to say whether they are authoritative or not. They are self-evident. They are self-evident because they have no mundane source. Okay? Originally, you read Bhagavad Gita 3:15. Can I read? I'll ask your permission. Right? I like that. Prabhupada explains nicely there. Where does it coming from? Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll read the English translation. Krishna is speaking this to Arjuna. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. And the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Where the Vedas come? Direct from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's not someone went and wrote the way people think things are written like that. Because when we go to school, someone wrote the book on Cinderella and Noddy and the three bears, and we grow up like that and we think like that. We think like that. No. We don't know about the transcendental science. We're not trained like that. You see, consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. See, Prabhupada quotes here, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. See, you'll see Prabhupada everywhere. You see the back of the Bhagavad Gita. When he writes, I'll show you something. See here, reference. See here. See here. You see there? I don't think anyone opens this page, right? See the page here. See what it says here. References. The purports of the Bhagavad Gita are all confirmed by the standing Vedic authorities. You see, the following authentic scriptures are cited. For specific page references, consult the general index. But you see here, Moksha, Dharma, Amrita, Bindu, Upanishad, Atharva, Veda, like that. So in this purport, alright, now you want to know where Prabhupada got the purport from. Let me show you. Right? I don't think you open this part of Bhagavad Gita as well. Right? See, I'll show you. Here you go. See here. You saw this picture. See this picture. See what it says there. I like to share this with people with my own. I do like a lot of self-study. Teach with Bhaktivedanta College. Rameshwar used to sit next to me back in the day when we were studying with Maharaj. That time was Brahmachari. See what it says there? Chu Srila Baladev Vidya Bhushana. Vidya Bhushan, Baladeva Vidya Bhushan, the ornament of all knowledge, who presented so nicely the Govinda Bhasya. Oh, Govinda Bhasya, the deity himself wrote the commentary. Krishna can create everything, can come in the form for our pleasure. It's a festival for our eyes to look like this. Otherwise, you go and look void, empty, on the Vedanta philosophy. So Prabhupada is cross-referencing right through. And here, he makes the point, right? It is said, Asya Mahato Bhutasya Nivasitam Etad Ya Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvangrisaha. Translation. The four Vedas, namely Rig, Yajur Veda, Rig Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda, are all emanations from the breathing. Can you breathe out knowledge? Huh? No, if we breathe out too much, we need to phone 911 and get an oxygen tank. Like that. We'll run out of air. No. See? All emanations from the breathing of the great personality of Godhead. Prabhupada explains. Riyad Aranaka Upanishad 4.5.11. Right? So, also, the breath of the Lord, comes out from fruit. All the Vedas, all the Vedic knowledge. And in the Brahma Samhita, it's described how the four Vedas, they glorify the Lord and they dance around Him. Right? Okay? So, the Kurma Brahmana was eventually convinced. Lord had to convince him by evidence. This is from the Prabhupada put that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kurma Purana. Right? Then he was very happy. Then he told the Lord, he was so happy. What he wants to do now? The Brahmana. He don't want to stay at home. He wants to go away with the Lord. The Lord said, no, you don't have to come with me. You stay at home. Huh? You stay at home. And Yara Deko Tare Kaha Krishna Upadesh. Whoever you meet, huh? Krishna Upadesh. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, you share this knowledge with them. There's no reason. And in this way, you become a spiritual master. And in the purport, Prabhupada would say is there, it doesn't matter whether one is a doctor, engineer, whatever you are. It doesn't make a difference. In that way, become a spiritual master. So, he gave this instruction to the Kurma Brahmana. You don't have to come with me. Stay at home. Whoever you meet, share this knowledge. That's it. Vrindavan, how many? For 10. 3:13. You stop there. We take questions. Oh, I must ask you all the questions. Are you all taking the questions? Huh? What was the name of the person who was asked to be transformed into? Raise your hand. Huh? No screaming here. Okay. See what Vrindavan wants. He brought prizes for you. Right. What was the name of the person who agreed that rather he be killed by Ram than Ravana? What was his name? Starts with M. I'll give you clues also. Come on, you forgot already. Jai. Who? Oh, okay. Prabhu. Clap for Prabhu. Marich. Give Prabhu his prize. Jai. Yeah, he's got a Bhagavad Gita. Thank you. There's no such thing as a hand up, hand up, hand up. Hey, so many hands. Vrindavan, I'll leave that one to you. Who said it? One person. Who said it? Oh, there he goes, a little boy there. That one. Huh? Okay, come here. Please, come. Clap for him. What's your name? Kai. Kai gave the answer. He's a good boy. He's got a Bhagavad Gita. There's no one see there. Okay. Okay, who doesn't have a I open to the page on the front of the Bhagavad Gita. Two. Prabhupada says two. Remember the name? I'll give a clue. Starts with a B. Bala. Raise your hands, Mr. Teacher. He knows very well. He's a teacher. Used to be. Who remembers the name? Who wants to try? Too hard the question is. Too hard question. Okay. Put your hand up. I'll give you the answer. Who raises their hand? Nobody is even raising their hand. Give me the answer. Put your hand up. Baladev? Baladev? I said Baladev. Vidya? Vidya? Come on! Baladev Vidya Bhushan. Okay, we'll give it to somebody. Somebody? You can give it to somebody. Come, Prabhu. Thank you. Okay. We got two more. So we can ask a question or we're going to stop? We're going to stop. Okay. The Bhagavad Gita is here. If you want, talk to Vrindavan channel. Thank you. Okay. You have any question before we run down about what I said or anything? Anything is clear?
Probably one little question. You were mentioning that all of this is free.
Yeah.
Now in this material world, we all like stuff for free.
Yeah.
Unless we don't have to work so hard for it. But I've also learned that when people, now I learned this from Ram,
Yeah.
I saw in 50 rand, when you buy the Bhagavad Gita or something,
Yeah.
then it's something that you've spent your money and you know.
Yeah.
So I just, when you said that, so when people buy stuff, then they tend to put more attention into it.
That's correct. Yeah. If you pay for something, it's like my one friend, he tells me the soap and the toothpaste in the house, he pays for it. You squeeze the last but out of it because at home they want this thing. They want a soap, they want to put another soap because they don't pay for it yet. The day they start paying for it, they'll understand. Okay, is that clear? Simple answer, right? Everybody knows about that. Okay, we're going to stop there. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.